Whoa, ho! I bid you all a humble welcome to my channel for my new graphic novel entitled Isys Omega. The book is available on both my websites, tyrfreeman.com, which is for desktop and laptop PCs only, and tyrmobile.com for cell phones only. I'm using YouTube to promote my own website and my book this round. So here I'll be creating short videos that give an in-depth view of the graphic novel itself, the themes, the creative process, etc. I'm gonna go as deep as I can, because maybe it'll help others bring their characters to the comic or motion picture medium. Let's call this one Sing Even When No One Is Listening. So allow me to be frank. When you're creating something that you want people to see, you cannot give a fuck about how many people are going to see your work. Sure, you can have dreams and aspirations, everyone loving what you do, and etc. But those dreams are just dreams. You have to put in the work. And when you do, no matter what it costs in time or funny paper money, there's no guarantee that anyone will give a shit about what you've done. And your work can be quality. It can be great. Your singing voice can be awesome. But no one is obligated to care. You have to create your dream on the strength of your own belief. Your satisfaction, even your payment, can only come from the manifestation of your concepts, your visions, your dreams. If you base your worth as a human being by comparing yourself to other humans, that kind of mindset can inspire you, but in the end, you can never be the person who inspired you in the first place. If you base the worth of what you create on human adulation, then basically your work is worthless unless people are liking it or talking about it, etc. And in this world of social media driven adulation, your creative worth can go high one day and nosedive the very next, making you feel like complete shit. I'm sure it would probably make the normal person feel like a failure when you create something and no one bats an eye at it. Everyone likes to hear that they did a good job. But what if you don't hear that? This video gives you a chance to assess yourself, to see if you're normal or abnormal. Perhaps you were always different, like me. Perhaps instead of weird, maybe, just maybe, you're a cut above the rest. My graphic novel cost thousands to make, just one of these things. And I have not gotten thousands back in return. There haven't been any social media websites talking about it, no word of mouth, no one except myself. Speaking of which, my YouTube page, about 6 or 7 subscribers, and I'm noticing now that my views on new videos are down quite a bit. One of my subscribers told me they never got notification. I'm used to this because, believe it or not, I've got about 3 or 4 other channels that I work on YouTube. But this is the exact reason why I say in the beginning of the videos that I am using YouTube to promote my own website. Because YouTube plays by their own rules. They are not for the creators. They only care about making money and making sure that those creators are doing what they're told to do. That sounds pretty corporate. It doesn't sound like a creative space. And this guy, Jeremy from the Quartering, he made a video some time ago telling folks that YouTube informed him that if he doesn't start making YouTube shorts, then YouTube, quote unquote, could not guarantee his channel would have the same amount of views. You see what they did there, right? That's that mafioso type language. And since Jeremy likes that YouTube money, he started doing those shorts. And to be clear, he did not want to do them. As a creative, this is just one of the things that's out there to test you, to see if you're normal or abnormal. Here we have a company trying to make a buck on your content and threatening you if you don't comply with their rules. People say, well, YouTube is their company, so their rules. Listen, I'm 49 years old. I'll tell you a secret. I remember when YouTube was a baby, and even as a quote unquote adult, it's the same. YouTube is not a company without our content. So who is the company? Who is the real moneymaker on YouTube? It's just a platform. You and thousands of others made this a brand name. YouTube didn't create the Quartering, Jeremy did. But somebody, Jeremy, got too comfortable. Many humans did. YouTube is the go-to when it shouldn't be, not by a long shot. The place to be is wherever you want to go, not where everyone is. Catch my drift? The internet is vast, man. All kinds of websites are out there. It's like space, but it's missing stars. It's missing planets. It's missing unique websites. For every single YouTuber that creates only for YouTube, you miss out on making the internet itself a cooler place. And you're missing out on ad revenue in the thousands, if you care about money, that is. So are you normal or are you abnormal? Are you a cut above? Are you willing to bet on yourself? As I said before, the graphic novel costs thousands to make. I sell it for $40 on my website. If I see you in the street, I usually give it to people free of charge. I know that sounds crazy as cat shit, but there's a method. You see, the most important thing for me is that people have my book in their homes. That's the goal. My book on your coffee table, personal library, your car. I want Isys Omega to be in the damnedest places. Because in that scenario, my work is everywhere. And yet, not oversaturated, not down your throat. I want it to be that book that someone sees and says, nice cover, which is why artists are important, folks. I wonder what's inside this nice book. That's the goal. And I'm doing it the old-fashioned way. It's called slow. No big marketing campaign. I can't afford that. But I can afford to have copies in my car, always ready to give to the folks. Because meeting people is still the best way to get your work out there. Online, who's to say when folks get to your stuff? People have lives. But when you take my book home, something interesting can happen. Someone else can become interested and read it. Bam. That's the kind of creative I am. There's 7 billion folks on the planet. I'm not creating for every single one of those people. I'm creating for myself and people like me. And those people are going to find me as long as I put out my work in a particular way. Because me and my people, we think the same way. We are particular. We like the unusual, and we like to come across it in unusual ways. Now you know I'm not normal. Now you know I'm weird. But maybe I'm just a cut above. Or maybe I'm just ahead of things. Time will tell. But what about you? Are you normal or abnormal? I mean, you gotta know, because it's going to come out in what you create. And I'm not done creating for my tribe that's out there. Not yet. There's been so many songs that I've ran across that never got a chance to truly hit on the radio. But what's truly important is that I heard them. I know of them. And I know the names of the creatives, the artists, so I told others who I know would like the song as well. What if those artists created that music, saw only 3 views on their YouTube page or on their SoundCloud and said, man, fuck this. What's the point? Nobody gives a shit. That's why you must be your biggest fan, people. You must be your engine, your strength, your inspiration. What you create must be the reward. And if you're only creating for money and fame, then all you really have to do is ask about 1,000 people what they would like to have or want, and then borrow some money and create what 1,000 people need. If you do it well, then those 1,000 will tell others, and then you can be well on your way to being a successful creative. It doesn't make you a great businessman or woman, because you can still get jerked out of your money, but you would have the money and the fame for a little while, until the next person makes something better than you did. America has tons of millionaires. The shit isn't rocket science. But the road less traveled, making work for a particular fan base, well, it has its advantages that I won't expand on. You'll have to live this kind of life in order to really understand it. But I'll say this, the way I do it is pretty much how genres, meaning particular styles, are created in the first place. So who do you want to be? Normal or abnormal? Doja Cat or Erykah Badu? What hero do you want to create? Wonder Woman? Basically a wondrous woman for all women? Or a woman simply named Ruth with a story that maybe more people could relate to, regardless of sex or ethnicity? It's your choice. The power of free will is that you can create anything you want given sufficient time. And I know my time is limited. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. The websites are tyrfreeman.com for laptops only, and Tyr Mobile, TYR Mobile for phones only. Come visit the sites. Please subscribe to the page. I like it. Press the like button or dislike button to relieve stress. Questions or comments, put them below and I'll answer them. And as always, please spend less time on social media, YouTube, and Rumble, etc. You're watching other people live their lives and not paying enough attention to your own. And that's the truth, folks. Your time is invaluable and you can't get it back no matter how much money you have. So 20 to 30 minutes to an hour watching TikTok, it's time you just can't get back. Instead, interact with people, travel, any place, go for walks. Things come to you when you do this, I promise you. You know, the sun's rays alone set off the production of vitamin D in your body. Imagine what else being outside does for the body and mind. In other words, live, people. Not virtually, but actually, before it's too late. Take good care.